Danganronpa.
And I'm live, everybody. What's going on tonight? Hey, I can't do bits. I don't do bits. I don't do bits. Like, why do you think I do bits? Why would anyone ever expect me to do a bit? Like, what is that? What is that? What is a bit? How does that work? I'm not funny. I can't be funny. All right, so I'm here. It's been a couple days. Last night I tried to make up for missing Monday by recording the things I was gonna do Monday. And you'll be seeing that real soon. It turns out Twitch doesn't have premieres anymore. I did not know that. I thought that Twitch still had, like, pre-recorded content as a premiere, and it turns out they have not had that since 2019. What the fuck? Anyone I've seen who's done that is apparently just uploading, like, a pre-recorded video and streaming it in real time. So instead of doing that, I'm just making a VOD, like a straight-up upload. A straight upload. It's also going to be on YouTube at the same time, about 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. So, get ready for something interesting, for sure. I don't know if I'm going to keep going with it, but I'll see what happens. But in the meantime, it is tonight. It is almost an hour late, because I still have more auditions to do. But I am here with Danganronpa 2. Goodbye, Despair. And we're going to continue Chapter 4's trial, exactly where we left off. And Nagito was about to speak, I think. So, yeah, okay, so that's a hell of a way to start the stream here. Also, oh, look, Mikan's, X is, I think it's like medical tape? It's supposed to be like a bandage or something. Cool, so, gonna be low energy from me right now, while Despair Boy here speaks and everyone does shit. I might actually snap into a Jack Links again on stream while that's happening. But yeah, we're in the middle of Nekomaru's case. We haven't... What are we doing? We're trying to determine why the tower is weird. And we know it turns 180 degrees and walks away, just like what you do when you see an Xbox 360. You spin 360 degrees and then walk forward. Oh no, you spin 360 degrees, then you Michael Jackson moonwalk backwards away from it. And instead play the PS3, which has no games. I'm full of relevant commentary tonight. Actually, that is kind of relevant, though. Because apparently Sony's going to be making more PS4s to handle the PS5 shortage. What the fuck? Why? Why are we wasting parts on PS4s? Like, the parts can't be that much more advanced that they can't just be used in the PS5 instead. What the fuck? But anyway, I digress. Let's move.
Fine. I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse.
All of us are actually 2D cutouts.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint. But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly.
So if you missed the last part, I played as Nagito for a while. And I did an escape room sequence, which, by the way, I fucked up so badly when I was doing. The interesting thing is that he came into possession of some information about the Future Foundation and about Hajime that blew the lid off of his personality, apparently. And now Nagito's kind of talking down to everyone. Even though he still considers himself a step stool, he seems to think he's above everyone else here, and that they have to prove themselves or some shit. And Hajime, he's pretty much straight up dissing now, because he's like, oh, well, you were useless from the beginning. You didn't have an ultimate talent. Your parents just paid a shitload of money to get you in. At least that's what I'm assuming. He took some sort of entrance exam and was part of the reserve course, which, if I'm not mistaken, the reserve course led the uprising that led to the fall of the world? If that's all true? I don't know. This game's weird.
It's also important for me because it will help me determine something.
Determine. Determine? Is he talking about the traitor? If so, why did Nagito say that all of a sudden? Did something happen to him?
But how do we know your hint is any good? It's suspicious that you're the only one who knows it.
I have a good reason for that. The reason I'm the only one who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action.
I know, I'm eating on stream again. It's just, I need the snack. And also, I've been doing a lot the last couple days. So I think I deserve this. He performed the appropriate action in order to learn the secret. Could he be talking about the life-threatening game?
I see!
You're talking about the final dead room, right? You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you?
That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it. In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete. And there, a small conspicuous window waited, all by itself. From that window, I saw some very strange scenery.
Strange scenery?
Okay, so I am absolutely convinced that the first bite into a Jack Link's Wild Hot stick is somehow way spicier than the rest of the stick. This is the second one now, and it's the second time I've bit into it and been like, oh my god, oh fuck, I can't handle the spice. I mean, I can, but
Instead of
it
explaining,
is pretty wild.
it might be faster just to show you.
I know, Michael talks about white guy food on stream.
At an opportune time, I found a perfect camera in the final dead room.
You took a picture?
Yep.
Nagito grinned creepily as he retrieved a small digital camera from his inner pocket.
See? This is it.
Hajime, stop having inner dialogue. And as he said that, he showed us a peculiar picture.
Let me explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room. But don't you think it's weird?
Well, that doesn't look like an island at all.
If the funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right?
Actually, no, this is a theme park, so it must be the outside of the theme park. Lots of things that shouldn't make sense in this picture.
Then let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time?
Wow, that was so condescending sounding. Nagito, you prick. What doesn't make sense in this picture? It's the tower, right? There's only one tower in the picture. That's what we've been thinking all along. Which means it's not unnatural at all, don't you agree? I'm staring. I just made a fool of myself. Crap!
Here!
See!
You said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right? If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Yeah, it should have been.
Then this is definitely strange. This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angles suggest it was taken from higher up.
I see. And is that it?
Sorry, the delay's because I have to like click the mic back on. If I'm chewing, I don't want the chewing sound to show up on stream. That's silly. Who would chew on stream? Come on. And this is the part in the video where anyone who's watching on YouTube just clicked off, and my views and my viewership just nosedives. To be fair, I think most people click off my videos about a minute in once they realize, oh, he talks. We don't want a commentary stream. And it's like, yeah, of course you don't. But it says right on my channel, it's a stream archive. What'd you expect, me not to talk? Come on. Nagito said there's lots of things that don't make sense in this photo, which means there are other contradictions contained in it. It doesn't make sense in this picture. Sky? It's not the tower.
Here! If the structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was,
Oh, then we'd be able to
Grape House
see
and Strawberry
Grape
House
House
should
in the
link to
background.
tower in the middle. Which means, if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind it. But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
That's right. Good call. In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
It's not. Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
From this point on, do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me,
Douche. So maybe it's even more... Oh, it's even more contrived than I thought. Maybe Grape House is directly below Strawberry House, and when you enter the tower from one point or another, it just raises and lowers the floor. It doesn't actually spin 180 degrees. It's just lowering the floor down to Grape House's level or rising it up to Strawberry House's level, which means that both of those doors at the far end are probably fake. Or rather, the one in Grape House probably leads outside. That's what I think.
if you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this. It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student. Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other clue.
Another clue? Is he talking about that one time?
You're referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right?
I'm asking you just to be safe. At the time, where do you think I came from?
The depths of hell.
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already?
Ah, yes. The trapdoor in the octagon drops down into Grape House's third floor. Fuck.
Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House.
What does it mean?
Was that thing just now another hint to figure out the mystery behind the funhouse's structure? The reason Nagito appeared from the third floor. Using the photo he took, I might be able to find the answer if I just think about it. Alright, let's do this. Mind dive. Logic dive. Alright, mind snowboarding. Hui! Atlas, please put Snowboard Kids on N64 online. Oops, I skipped the yellow. Do Strawberry House and Grape House both exist? Yes. Cube. Cone. Whoa, buddy. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, you automatically jump if you don't actually press it. Are Strawberry House and Grape House the same building or two different buildings? They're the same building. The first time I've done this where I, like, know the answer already completely. How are Strawberry House and Grape House positioned with each other vertically? Vertical, dude! Hajame's gonna pull off some sick verts.
It's all coming together. Got it. I know the secret of the funhouse.
Then let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder?
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all. So where did Grape House go? There was only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House. Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Same building, different floors?
Then the two houses aren't two different 3-story buildings. They're actually one 6-story building?
If you think about it like that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
Where Strawberry House is located?
I see! On top of Grape House. That's where Strawberry House is located.
On top of all Grape House. All covered in grapes.
Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle. Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House.
Oh, snap. I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically.
I love that she's trying to use like slang vernacular while still remaining prim and proper.
What about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
Strawberry House is 4-sided, and Grape House is 6-sided, right?
It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with two different shapes.
Yeah.
A quadrilateral and a hexagon, overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them. And it worked, didn't it? Disregarding the tower, we fully believed the two houses were two separate, distinct buildings.
In order to conceal the unique design of the funhouse, Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
You've just been Kuma'd!
Oh shit!
Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a fun house?
Then it's true? The building was really like that?
That's right! Those two houses exist on different floors in the same building!
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Oh man. Monokuma, you and your wacky japes. Truly, you are the king prankster.
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building. Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House.
I like these children's building blocks diagrams. It's very easy to understand.
Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
So every time we took the elevator, it would raise or lower the tower. Well, not every time we took the elevator, every time we pushed the button. That's why it took a while for... Excuse me, I had to belch there. That's why every time we opened the button to the opposite tower, it took a while for the tower doors to open. Because we'd have to wait for the tower to either rise up or lower. The only thing that doesn't explain is why does the elevator turn 180 degrees when it goes up and down? If it barely moves. Like, the elevator is the only question I have now about the layout here.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple. Alrighty then. I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia.
Oh, I see. Do whatever you like.
I'll definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me.
Yeah, it's not the kind of thing you want to say in front of her. Okay, got some arguments here. Monokuma files, broken doorknob, strange feeling in the tower.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
Asshole!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
No.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
Like how she believes it,
You totally stole my spotlight.
but she gives Gundam the
So
the
which
credit.
one was the fake body?
Shut up. Just pick one of them.
God, Kazuichi's such a dumbass. A dummy of Nekomaru's body existed? Does that mean the killer prepared it in advance? But is something like that even possible?
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers
Chain, broken doorknob.
was actually a dummy.
Well, I got that
No, that's
immediately.
wrong.
It was just the strange feeling again.
Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazuichi's account.
Wow, Kazuichi got disproven by his own fucking words.
Me?
Remember? When we moved from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, we thought the body had moved. And that's when you said... Right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Grape Tower, right? The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story.
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke. You are joking, right?
It's alright. Kazuichi is not the killer.
Oh, thank God. I was actually really hoping he wasn't.
If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall. It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken.
Yeah, but that would also very much point to him as the killer.
I see. That is disappointing.
Wow! Sonya, just laying it out there.
I'm even more disappointed.
However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if we don't have the important answer.
Yeah, I think it's becoming increasingly clear that Sonya actually does like Gundam, which is a really interesting pairing, I'll say that.
The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
Maybe it was simply moved?
The body moved to a different floor?
You can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building?
That's an elevator. A device like that? A device that transports things to different floors in the same building? If only there was a word for such a device. I feel like I've seen that before, maybe once in my entire life. Alright, let's do this. Oh, here we go. Hangman's Grumble. Alright, so we know the word is. It's elevator. Jesus. Okay. Damn it, I needed the A. Fuck. Ring. Alright. Wow, Haji. This is the weirdest one yet. Like, how does Hajime not know the word for elevator? You ever just feel the pain of trying to reload your last save and realize you didn't load it, you saved it?
Must
Ah.
be talking about an elevator.
Sorry, I had to mute myself for a second there. I was watching my friend play Mega Man X6 once, and he saved over his, like, completed save file with all the Reploids rescued on it, and I was like, oh, that's pain. Mega Man X6 is a rough game to 100%. So, hey, Sour Cream, how you doing? Hey, Val, how you doing? Extreme pain. What game did you save over on, Sour Cream?
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
Where the hell is this elevator anyway?
It's the tower itself. The inside of the tower is one big elevator. Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator. So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right?
Bingo. Could be worse, could be X7. I streamed X7 a couple years ago. I actually... here's my hot take, and I've said this a few times. When I streamed X7 and X8, I enjoyed X7 more than I did with X8, because X7 was bad, but I went in knowing it was going to be, like, funny bad. So I was like, I'm actually having a fun time with it, because it's stupid. X8, on the other hand, just felt very... I don't know. Something about X8 just felt very sterile and not that great. X8 felt like it was maybe on the same level to me as X6. Which, don't tell Lols about that, because Lols loves X6, which is fun, which is a very unpopular opinion. It was a not safe for work visual novel game. I mean, can you just restart from the chapter? X8 felt more fun to you than X7. I'll say that X8 is a better game than X7, but I had more fun with X7. I'll throw this hot take out there, even more of a hot take. X7's a better game than Mega Man Legends 2. I love Legends. I love Misadventures of Trombone. I love Legends 2's soundtrack, story, voice acting, and setting. But actually playing Legends 2 is a huge pain. X7, I feel, is actually easier to play than Legends 2. Game is literally called Lustful Desires, and no, there are no chapters. I'm so sorry. That is very sad. Well, you can just, you know, if it's a visual novel, you can just hold down the B button, skip, mash, all the way back there. You could do it, Sour Cream. I believe in you.
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
That was me slapping my shoulder like Sonya does. XM was painful because they butcher the weapon weaknesses in the US version. I actually had no idea about that. I played it on the X Legacy collection, and I played the US version. I had no idea. Maybe they did. I wonder if they fixed it in that.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower? And a picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower.
If only we're playing that type of visual novel. Is it really that bad that, like, you can't, like, skip dialogue? Damn.
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right?
Some worked as normal, others didn't at all. I mean, honestly, all games should be like Mega Man 2. You get the Metal Blade, and then the Metal Blade is the weakness for every boss in the game, including Metal Man.
But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Well, the walls don't move. Only the floor does.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
What did you say?
You're on day 442, you gotta load on day 421. I don't know how long a day is, but man, that would frustrate me too, probably.
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Alright, last major aside before I move forward. When back in, I think it was like 2010, in 2010, Rimworld was wonderful till I almost had a death. Oh, nice. It's super fucking long. In 2010, there was a DS game. I don't know if you've heard of Kiroro Gunso or Sergeant Frog. It's a Tokyo Pop localized manga. I actually don't know who wrote it originally. It was in Tokyo Pop when it came to America. It's super popular in Japan. The game rights belong to Bandai Namco, and they made a Tales of game with the characters from it. It's literally called Kiroro RPG, and it uses the Tales of like LMBS, linear motion battle system. And I had imported it, didn't understand a word of Japanese in it, played it for a week, and I was like, I love this game, it's so fun even if I don't understand the story. I looked around the options menu and just kind of fucked around with some of the settings, and there was one that I didn't know what it did, and I hit it, and it started showing a loading thing, and as it showed up, I was like, oh no, what the fuck did I do? And then 2 seconds later, all of my files were gone. I had to redo a week of progress in like 2 days. And it was painful. And it sucked because I was really enjoying that game. And once I got back up to it, I enjoyed it again. But it was a very unfortunate time for me. Yeah, the pain. You know, Sergeant Frog at Tales Combat. Yeah. It was very much it was a reference more to Tales of Fantasia. The post-game dungeon in Kiroro RPG straight up the Morlia Gallery from Tales of Fantasia, which is also in Symphonia, but it's clearly the Fantasia version. And it used Tales of Hearts CP system, where your attacks were based on how much CP you had, and once you ran out, you just had to wait until your bar filled back up, and then you can attack again. The dumb pompadour guy died. Who? The chef on the far right there? Yeah, he was the first. He was the first culprit. Yeah, he was the first. He was actually the killer in the first case.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
Things that didn't change when we moved between the two towers. Oh, you mean the big... That includes the body, the pillar, and the oil. We've now been talking about that stuff for a while now. There shouldn't be anything strange about them, not even the fact that they all moved with the elevator. The one thing these all have in common, they were all on the floor!
I see!
I see! The other guy on the right.
Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change?
Wait, you mean Nekomaru, the big guy? You mean this is what he looks like now? Yeah. He was partially killed, and then Monokuma turned him into a robot, and then his head got smashed in.
And? Why did the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer. The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
Damn it, every time I take a bite. Something unique about that elevator. No ceiling, it's an almost circle, you can only enter one side at a time. Only the floor moves.
I see! So that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Only the floor moved?
Imagine dying twice. Well, to be fair, he didn't really die the first time. He was near death, and then Monokuma saved him by putting his organs in a robot. I also feel like Chiaki also experienced the pain about save files. Oh, definitely.
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was.
Great, so
That's why we saw different doors in each tower.
Alright, so we finally established what we've pretty much figured out for like the last 20 minutes.
Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design. And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
It sounded like Johnny and Bosch kind of rushed to that one. The door on the far back wall had a grape design. They were like, yeah, you gotta read that a little quicker.
Where do the different floors lead?
I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
Just for show? Why was something like that necessary?
To create confusion! If I ever get a stream deck, I need a clip of Tim Curry saying that from Clue, just to put it on there. Actually, does anyone have that clip isolated on YouTube? No, they don't. That's a good Tim Curry voice bit though. To create confusion.
So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
You wish Sonya died instead of Hiyoko. I don't mind Sonya. Hiyoko, on the other hand, like, yeah, she was a pain in the ass and she was a bitch, but she definitely, like, she was making attempts to change. Her death feels so pointless. It does. Her death feels very pointless. It only really feels kind of... I don't know the word. The fact that Macaw was the one to kill her makes sense.
I don't get it.
Though she didn't deserve it.
I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Wait, you don't know who's... Sonya's the proper girl. She's the girl from... She's the princess. She's the one who does not like Kazuichi.
Did you hear that, mon ami?
Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
Like, there's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
I'm sure that makes more sense in Japanese.
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
Well, it was placed there deliberately.
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right? The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower.
She's so forgettable. Like, her only reason for existence is to be like, hey, look at me, I say stuff. I've actually gotten that same vibe from a lot of people who've played this game, apparently. Which is unfortunate, because that pretty much means I could assume that she's going to live till the end. And if she doesn't, don't say anything, please. Don't spoil anything for me.
Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the funhouse. The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth.
Oh my god, Nagito talks so slow. It kinda does. I felt like that... He sounds high. Yeah, actually, you know what? I was thinking about that like a previous case, too. When I was listening to his dialogue, like his spoken dialogue, it definitely seems like he speaks slower, and I think that's intentional. Oh, also, I just figured out why the elevator spins now, because if Grape House's entry to the tower is on the right side of their wall, while Strawberry House is on the left, that means the entrance to Strawberry House must be the opposite wall of Grape House's. So that's why the elevator is spinning 180 degrees. The question is, if they say it barely feels like it's moving, then how does it end up from one side of the building to another, diagonally?
The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building.
Dude, I'm so high right now.
From learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
You should try some of this strawberry weed I found in the tower.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Imagine for the description of this video is haha bird goes spin, like I broke the fourth wall. I think I'm gonna make the description the same thing I made the title of the stream. I'm probably gonna make it him robot, just because I'm like, oh, that's clever. And this is probably the last time we'll be able to talk about Nekomaru.
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
It would have been a major inconvenience. After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
The elevator, of course.
It's fine already.
All my voices sound very off tonight.
Gundam, please proceed.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right?
We must cross the holy house vertically.
If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
I see. Now that you mention it, I completely forgot about that matter.
If that elevator moves vertically...
Vertically?
Then, when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side. But, does this reflect reality?
When lies become reality, you mind your soul with drugs and
Great
TV.
Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator. Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower. Answer me, fiend! What does this mean?
What does this mean?
I agree. What does this mean? If the two houses are connected vertically, the position of the tower should be the same in both houses. But in fact, when my back was facing the elevator in Grape House, the tower was on my right. And when my back was facing the elevator in Strawberry House, the tower was on my left. How can I break through this contradiction? Akane, Fuyuhiko, contact elevator. It's Kazuichi, I already know. It's because he mentioned...
The two houses are connected vertically.
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning...
It's clearly
Soda.
contradictory.
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork?
Haha, it's funny because she's foreign. So Gundam and Sonya have matching arguments. It sounds like it makes sense, but is that really correct?
If the two houses are connected vertically...
I just want to make sure Kazuichi's account. Yeah, this spun 180. Okay.
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Oh, that was wrong.
Damn it!
If the two houses are connected...
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's
The
wrong!
elevator wasn't just moving vertically. Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Huh? Me?
Come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you, right?
Ah, that. Yeah, it was pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees.
Just like the camera right now, I'm sure that didn't make anyone sick. No, that's right! Shit!
It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side.
Ah, okay. It was probably just moving very slowly. Oh my god, Sonya sounds like a robot. Yeah, because she... I think the implication is that because she's from a foreign country, she doesn't speak Japanese very quickly. So she speaks very slowly and deliberately. But that's also why it's so funny that now she's kind of throwing in, like, slang in some of her speech.
Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
Something sounded wrong there. When she said opposite, it sounded like her voice got warbly.
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
An elevator that rotates while it moves. Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park.
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
That's not splendid at all. You're inhuman.
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. So I was never human to begin with. I'm different from these lowly humans.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now. As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
Octagon means... Oh, thank you, Ray. The follow. It's an 8-sided shape.
I see!
Even Nagito is sick of their shit.
If I recall,
I think that goes both
Nagito is a
ways.
shape with 8 sides, right?
I think I think people being sick of Nagito shit and us all being sick of Nagito. So yeah, Nagito being sick of their shit and everyone else being sick of Nagito. It's a mutual relationship.
I didn't expect you to know that.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to know that.
Reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable.
You stand Nagito? I am so sorry. No, but I think he's a fascinating character. I only knew him from the memes up until now, so actually witnessing this crazed, interesting individual is quite interesting indeed. Sonya speaking in really old Japanese dialect is funny. I actually don't know anything about the Japanese dub of this game.
I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
The place befitting of the name Octagon. It's probably spot selection. Ah, that makes sense. The final dead room is over here, and that's actually connected to the octagonal areas. Wait, no, that's not where that's the elevator. It's just the first floor. Strawberry House is the octagon? But isn't the Strawberry House 4-sided? She speaks regular Japanese. Ah, okay. You're right. Looks like I have a little misunderstanding. Oh, crap. Fuck. Shit. Balls.
Here!
On top of Grape House.
You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Why is that place the Octagon?
You know how the 4-sided Strawberry House is on top of the 6-sided Grape House? If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it. The true identity of the Octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room. In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
Learned?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the funhouse, which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru. Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the funhouse from the scenery. And
I actually have no idea who the killer could be here.
Making use of the building structure.
The funhouse itself is the weapon, so they killed using the building structure?
Yes, they killed using the building structure. Oh, I think I figured it out. They must have hit Nekomaru's goodnight button. Put him to sleep, which would not trigger the sensors. Then somehow used the tower moving to kill him. My friends say he sounds his age, but looks 12. Nagito? I guess he sounds like any Bryce Papenbrook character. Eren. Was he? He was Kirito. He was Kirito, right? Yeah. Man, he's been on a hot streak. Bryce is like the go-to for male teenage protagonist.
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building.
I would say this is probably like his most, like, this is honestly, to me, like, of the roles I've seen him in lately, this is probably one of the more interesting ones, just because he's clearly not playing a good guy.
But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime.
And they all hit the ceiling.
It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
Funhouse is the true identity of the ultimate weapon? What does this mean? How did the killer use that to murder Nekomaru? And who is the killer who did that? God, I don't want it to be like any of them.
Hiya!
Why, hello there! I thought of a new bad word to call Monami. I can already tell I won't be pleased by this. Then let me say it right away. Hehe, I'm already used to insults and slander. There's no way I'll get hurt by a mere word. Monami is a serious Stufatli. That's much more straightforward than I expected. Stufatli, huh? That's not it. That's not it at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. The perfect jet stream attack incorporating all three of those words would be... Ta-da! Stufatli! Oh, okay. Is a fat hidden in there?
Okay, everyone, all together now. Monami is a serious Stufatli.
She's the exact same proportions as you, you prick.
Hello. I hope your day is well.
I have an idea of where this might be going. Because again, they already made it very clear that these cases are all mirroring cases from the Killing Life, Danganronpa 1. And at this point in Danganronpa 1, we were dealing with a suicide. Nekomaru had a dent in his head, which could easily have been from playing Russian roulette in the final dead room. And it would make sense, because he wouldn't be able to be killed by a bullet to the head. Excuse me. So maybe he saw that and somehow killed himself. I don't know. Again, do not spoil if you know. This is all new to me. I'm trying to piece it together.
I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons. And just like I say each time, don't forget to say frequently.
That was a particularly spicy bite of my jerky. Oh. It's like manageable throughout, but sometimes you'll get one bite where it's like clear that all the spice that they put in is like congealed. And it just like hits the back of your throat. Intensely enough to surprise you. Even if it's not that spicy.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon.
Chiaki, she seems rather perturbed by this.
Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Never mind!
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
I mean, That's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekomaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
And that guy's a douche.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. This was a murder for the sake of hope. I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual.
I think I get. Yeah, you know what? I think this might be another suicide because that would make perfect sense. Nagito's pissed because this murder isn't going to push us one step closer to getting out of here. This murder wasn't done in the name of hope. It was done so that everyone else could survive, I bet.
There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Akane, you can admit you're getting hungry. It still boggles me that, like, after 4 days of not eating, they were given a small bottle of milk and what was it, like a red bean paste pastry. It's like, that's not gonna, after not eating for 4 days, that's not gonna make you feel better. It might stop you from, like, keeling over, but there's no way we'd have the energy to go into this trial like we are right now.
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking, so I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? He was horribly damaged as if he was beaten senseless by a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building structure. So what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilized the building structure? Crushed by the elevator. Falling, yes.
I see!
I got it! I knew it! He fell from the top floor.
That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
Oh shit. Sorry. Again, food in my mouth. If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? I'm going to reach that truth behind this incident. I need to solve that mystery next. So I'm just eating the snack I found in my pocket. Good night button.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
We're shoving right off again.
How about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator,
Nekomaru?
they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
The drip. Nekomaru drip.
Hold on, did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
BAM!
No, that's wrong!
That sensor should only work if something is moving.
I think that's the first time this entire game I didn't listen to the whole thing. I just shot when I knew when to shoot.
If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes?
That's what I was about to explain.
Yes.
Before Kazuichi interrupted me. Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
Way to create the drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still in it. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? But who put the hammer there?
If you arrange it a certain way,
A certain arrangement.
you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious.
Hammer, huh?
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
Oh, so I gotta agree with one of these.
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest!
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
Oh my god, Kazuichi, you fucking simp, stop it. If Nekomaru's inside the elevator, how can you create a difference in elevation? Chain on the doorknob.
You can cause the drop within the elevator.
No, not the chain, the wire on the
So
doorknob.
you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob...
I agree with that.
Consent!
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
I
Is
just
that
didn't
the
realize
same
that.
wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Yeah, he gets called a pest by the person he simps for. Exactly. There you go.
Huh?
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Great Tower. And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
And I guess his weight just breaks the handle after a while. I like how they have like a little snot bubble coming out of his nose. I could have said consensus instead of consent, or something like agreement. Yeah, but
That's
consent
right.
fits easier.
He was so well hung. Kinda like...
You better not finish that sentence.
Wow, saying that to a bunch of high schoolers. Also, thanks for agreeing with us, Monokuma. Thank you.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Who pushed the button on the bottom floor, though?
Too easy.
Oh, boy. We're gonna whip him out in sword fight.
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that. Why? If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
He ain't grilling if there's no grill marks. Tipped over pillar, new looking hammer, pillar fragments, clock's alarm timer.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push. There's no way they could do that.
Oh, I don't have many cuts here, huh? I agree with Kazuichi's thinking. It seems certain that the difference in elevation inside the tower was used to kill Nekomaru. I need to find the answer and counter Kazuichi's remarks.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
Someone could have cut the
Doesn't
rope.
mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know yet.
Nekomaru fell on his own?
Slice. Oh, wrong. What the hell are you even saying? I'm not the type of coward who gets thrown off by a messed up remark like that.
Crap! What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode,
There we
right?
go.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Just scared to help because you might spoil it. Don't worry. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about
What do
helping.
you think would
I got
happen
it.
if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why, if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
Michael the cute burb can do it. I am cute and I am a burb. There I am, covering the A button.
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
I don't mind doing this. The problem is if I put that over the actual game footage, it makes getting a thumbnail way harder. Because I like having the thumbnail for my VODs on YouTube be like a shot from the stream. Ever since I started doing custom ones, about a year ago, in fact. I think when Persona 5 Strikers came out, that's when I started doing the custom thumbnails on YouTube.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they...
Whoops. I didn't mean to hit that. If they knew they'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up. The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... If that's really what it was, then that's the clue Nekomaru left for us to find.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
Oh my god!
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy, he gets off on this.
I like how Fuyuhiko, like, anytime anything sexual is implied in front of him, he gets really aggravated. It's like, you guys are in high school. He's getting off to being insulted.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
Yeah, he hit the pillar. It doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. The moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, the only thing I could think of that happened to him was cola came out of his eyes. I kind of want to answer this just to see what the text is, but I don't want to lose subscriber in this case. Also, wait a minute. Can I focus here? No, I can't.
I see.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
He is a Yakuza. He is a no-nonsense guy, so any flirting... Yeah, I guess so. Consent. Oh, God, my nose. What the fuck just happened? You know that feeling when you get, like, water up your nose? I just got that for some reason. Like, for no reason at all. I don't know why.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
7:30.
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
If you're wondering, I've done that a couple times now. If you're wondering, that's a Zach Galifianakis line. Let's see if I can find the actual.
Don't you just?
Yeah, here it is.
They said he'd never dance again.
7:30. Why don't?
7:30. If you haven't seen Little Dancing Man on YouTube, I highly recommend looking that up. It's a fake trailer for a movie starring a man named Terry Green. It's from Tim and Eric. If you've never seen any of Tim and Eric's stuff.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Oh yeah, there's some clock bullshittery going on here too.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction.
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest
You reach out to the
was
truth.
set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering.
Tampering?
They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta be it!
The alarm that caused Nekomaru's death rang at 7:30 a.m. We discovered his body before 7 a.m. I need to crush one possibility at a time if I'm going to break through this contradiction.
We headed for Grape Tower.
What was the thing about the clocks here? Wall clock. At 5:30 a.m., the alarm of the wall clock on the lounge of the Strawberry House's second floor started going off. Fuyuhiko was at the lounge by coincidence, but managed to stop the alarm. But Kazuichi and Gundam rushed by after being alerted by the sound. However, Nagito was apparently the only one who didn't hear it.
Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
Radio clock.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
Is time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering.
Maybe. Hold on.
They probably messed with the
Clock inside Nekomaru's
chest.
Damn, I thought that would be it. Someone messed with the clock in Nekomaru's chest, and thanks to that, the time of death got screwed up.
Damn it!
No, they messed with the wall clock.
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that.
Is time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta be it!
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest...
Okay, we can't, yeah, it's not even to set the time, so it's radio clock, and I have to...
was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
Is time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
So I was actually on the right track, just the wrong piece of evidence.
No, that's wrong!
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
It's time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think, if I focus, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. Are we going snowboarding? Yes, we are. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Every other clock was tampered. Every clock but Nekomaru's was tampered. And the only person who would know to do that is Kazuichi. I wonder if Kazuichi just helped cover up the suicide. Question 1. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? The time in the building, who the killer was, where the murder happened. The time in the building. Right, the wave, dude. Oh! Vaporwave, brainwave. Ah! Damn it, I wasn't paying attention because of that, what you just said. Do you think Sonya's the killer? No. Maybe. I don't know. I think this is a suicide, but there's still evidence here that this doesn't match up. Which clock was tampered with? Nekomaru's radio clock, the building's clocks. Okay. They're really making me say the word clock a lot here. Remember Sunday when I said alarm cock instead of alarm clock? That was funny. Clock 9. Clockwork. Never played Sly 3 or 4. Which house had the wrong time? Grape House, Strawberry House, both houses, obviously. All of the clocks in both houses were tampered with. Yes, I did. Hold on. I was reading Monokuma's dialogue, and I said it wrong. Oh wait, no, I don't want to load up my Twitch page. It's gonna load up the stream. Okay, wait. How do you actually, like, access someone's videos when they're in the middle? Okay, there they go. There we go. Consistently let you know when it's morning and night on the island, and thanks to that, you've been able to live a normal life.
You guys...
Did you guys mistake me for some kind of pretty alarm clock? Clock? See, I did do that. Wait, where's, no. Okay, there we go. Imagine the other staring at him as he does this. He's like, is he okay? And he just looks like he's snowboarding. And everyone's like, yeah, no, seriously, that's what I think. It's like,
coming together.
Is Hajime just, like, spacing out while he's doing this?
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks had been messed with?
Well, you lost the Tetris!
What?
Sorry.
All the clocks?
That clip still kills me.
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
Now I'd be like, knock, knock. Hajime. Oh, Hajime. Might go to bed. It's 1:16 a.m. where you are. Oh, okay. It's 2:16 here. I'm in the Eastern. I usually stream from around midnight to 3:30 a.m. Eastern, which I guess would be 11:30 to 11 to 2:30 your time. Usually Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday, Friday. But things are a little weird this week. Here we go, Yoko. How you doing?
This is truly fantastic!
Okay, wait. Okay, wait. We got kind of off track here. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks. Yep. So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd notice it. What if all the clocks have been messed with? None of the clocks are the wrong time. Okay. Got it.
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
She's right. That's the main problem. I need to clarify by how much time off after the killer messed with the clocks. Time flows differently within that building when all the clocks are changed. It's definitely the next mystery. I'm gonna reach the truth in one go. All right, this is easy. It's the thing the clock Kazuichi was holding. Not Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when he fell. It would have been a great clue.
Or you scream.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough, we would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that.
Huh.
If does not exist in this world.
How much is the killer just the time inside the building? How do I even figure that out?
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
7:30. The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Now we were
Are there any clues that can be used to... If only I heard the sound when he fell, it would have been a great clue.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let out...
If only Nekomaru's alarm...
Nope, that wasn't it. Definitely gonna want to know what happens. If you're live tomorrow, please expect me to be there and ask for your reaction. I'm gonna go to bed because this has been really since. Oh, okay. I've been up since early tonight. Good night. Thank you. Also, I upload my VODs to YouTube usually like a day and a half afterwards. It's like not tomorrow morning, but like the morning after. This will be on YouTube, so Saturday morning. Unfortunately, just because of how affiliate works, I have to keep my content exclusive to Twitch for 24 hours if I stream here. And because I don't want to upload a VOD at midnight, I usually upload it around 10 a.m. the next day. And apparently that's when most of my viewers watch it, so it actually works out perfectly.
Damn it!
Okay.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when he fell.
That wasn't it either.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be?
What's Akane's account? Heard a rumbling noise around 5:30 a.m. Okay, hold on.
In our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when he fell.
There we go.
I agree with that. That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling? I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Well, it makes sense because Fuyuhiko heard it then too. But how come Nagito didn't hear the alarm, and how come Sonya didn't hear the falling noise?
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
If that rumbling sound we heard was at 5:30 a.m., it's like the answer to how much our time off was off is literally right in front. It's like the answer to how much our time was off is literally right in front of me. 2 hours. 2 hours.
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Damn it, I'm still eating my jerky. It's been an hour and a half and I still haven't finished it. That's why I love this. You can, it's like something you can snack on for a long period of time. Gives your mouth something to do. Lure out only Nekomaru.
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, You definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing. If they were trying to lure out Nekomaru, then that specific thing is... massage time? Can't unhear clocks now. The rumbling noise? No, that was the fall. Monokuma Tai Chi? No. Clock's alarm. Wait, what? In order to lure out Nekomaru, did the killer take advantage of the clock's alarm? You mean the clock in the lounge that Fuyuhiko and the others heard? But Nekomaru didn't go there. What's the point of luring him to the lounge anyway? Are you suggesting that the killer and Nekomaru took a stroll to the crime scene? Just the two of them?
Damn it!
You're right. Damn it, let me think it over one more time. Monokuma Tai Chi, I guess.
I see!
Yeah.
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Grape Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they messed with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early! He didn't even ask you yet!
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Aw, jeez! That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot, or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad!
Liar! I'm right!
That's not it! It's incorrect!
Damn it. I had too much food in my mouth. I was gonna do an... That's false. Incorrect. That was made up. It's a made-up tale.
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. There was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
Wait, who? This is the last bite, I assure you. It's whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? I mean, there's only one person it could be, Nagito. Nagito or Sonya.
You're the only one!
It's Nagito.
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
Never saw the series before. Well, you're jumping in at a very, very late game. Well, not late. I don't know if this is late game yet. This is like mid to late. There's still 2 more chapters of this, and I'm only in chapter 4.
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something!
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
It's like Ace Attorney, but sexier. Well, first off, everyone's a high school student in these games, so I'd be careful about saying sexier. That said, it's like, I would say it's like Ace Attorney, but with the sensory overload cranked way up.
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
I mean, the music is very sexy. The setting is very sexy. I just wouldn't say that about the characters.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
He couldn't?
You're definitely fucking lying.
See, now I'm all spiced up.
That
I'm
is
sniffling.
also true for me.
Ugh.
It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House, but I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
Huh?
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the 3 of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
What? The people who didn't hear the rumbling noise were Nagito, Sonya, and Chiaki. The secret is what these 3 have in common? In that case, Akane clearly bloomed early. Yeah, I mean, again, it's, you know, it's typical anime tropes. Big boobed high schooler. For all we know, these people aren't actually teenagers, because apparently their memories have been taken away, so they might be legal age. But again, you know how things are. You don't want to be. You'd rather be safe than sorry. I like how Chiaki's just staring at Nekomaru's portrait. Could this also be the secret that points to the killer? Oh god, we're Hangman in it. Hangman Gambit. Okay, good that we're doing this because I actually have no clue. Deep sleep? I don't know. Oh, deluxe room! Fuck. Deluxe suite. Or deluxe, maybe it is deluxe rooms. No, it's not. Is it? Oh, it is. Okay, it's rooms.
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right? If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise...
Because the deluxe rooms are soundproof.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent?
Wow, Nagito, you're such a bitch.
Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Decisive factor?
I feel like I understand what Nagito means. The killer among us. The killer who murdered Nekomaru. Who's in the deluxe rooms? The Gundam? No. Sus. I think it's a is it suicide? It might be suicide.
Crap!
Wait, hold on. Is that person really the right one? I should think it over one more time. Oh no. It isn't a suicide. Oh no. I would not assume people so young would be solving murders. They're kind of forced to. Chiaki, Sonia, and them were all in deluxe rooms. Kazuichi saw Fuyuhiko. Gundam showed up afterwards. Sonia... Wait, it couldn't be Gundam, could it?
You're the only one!
Shit.
Gundam, there's something I want to ask you. When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Damn it!
Were you able to hear it?
Oh, I don't want it to be Gundam. Fucking
what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it.
Oh, but because Gundam was staying in a deluxe room and he heard the alarm, that means he knew it was gonna go off.
So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
Oh.
There's only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Why, Gundam? Why?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Me?
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct?
I'm legitimately upset that that's probably
Until the moment
Gundam.
that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with a wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room, just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone and checked the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Fuck. Well, I mean, maybe he just went to the bathroom downstairs.
I was in the lounge.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room. and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
I mean, this whole case is turning into a worst possible outcome. I lost Nekomaru and now I'm fucking losing Gundam.
Those
This
two had
sucks.
just checked the deluxe rooms as planned. That would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
It was a suicide, right?
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
10.
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
That's not how it works, Gundam.
Is that your argument?
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom.
Nailed it.
By that's right.
Coincidence, I heard the
That's
alarm.
all
Oops.
it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start
Okay.
voting?
Oh, he's not the killer.
It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Nagito is very much pulling a fast one on us here.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring.
It is a
so
suicide.
stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers.
Yeah, this is absolutely, because it's mirroring the first game. This is absolutely Nekomaru killing himself so everyone else could go free of the funhouse.
Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Did you speak with the orb?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Ah, you said opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Wait, what happened? Did I just accidentally mash through text? Oh, okay, he ellipsed. Did you speak with the orb? That's another good old reference from good old Adult Swim.
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
Let's see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I
Grape
recall,
House's
the killer
side.
tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator.
Yes. And the only way they'd be able to do that and then return to Strawberry House is if they had access to the Octagon by clearing the final dead room. And again, it comes back to the theory that Nekomaru cleared the final dead room. This is definitely that's got to be the outcome.
Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the grape house side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
Unless you had access to the trapdoor.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing, which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
It's wrong. Something is obviously wrong. That's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. Fuck, maybe Gundam did do it though. If he cleared the final dead room.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If you're wondering why that's not
cannot return to
penalizing me, I have
Strawberry
Chiaki's ability equipped.
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
No, there is.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
Contradiction is when something is obviously wrong. There's no contradiction I can't shoot through. I'm going to find out what it is. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'll shoot through the contradiction.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken,
there's no mention
your
of
assumption
the trapdoor, though.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already? That elevator was...
Contact elevator. Wall clock, clock's alarm timer, radio clock. Okay, it's something with the clocks, I think. Broken doorknob, Fuyuhiko's account, good night button.
Your assumption collapses.
Fuyuhiko's account? That's about the clock, though. Saw Nekomaru walk into the first floor Strawberry House at 5 a.m. Strawberry House was on top, though. He would have had to open it from there. Which means the elevator was already broken at that time. But does that really help me? Good night button? No, that couldn't have been it. Broken doorknob. A doorknob found on the screw. One of the doorknobs from the far back of the Strawberry House door was missing, so this doorknob was originally attached to that door. This doesn't answer any of the questions, though.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
What if there was a secret passageway?
Okay,
How much
secret
longer
passageway.
do you plan to lecture
That's
me?
it. I have to take
Why
secret
don't we
passageway and
stop
shoot
this
it.
already? That elevator was the only means to travel between.
There we go. I was thinking backwards.
No, that's wrong.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Such a method does not exist.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method? You're the only one!
Well, yeah, but he found that out after the murder, so it's clearly not
Nagito,
him.
You should know.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right? There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up.
God, Nagito.
But you're right.
Condescending
There's
prick.
a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
Okay.
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
Did you say?
What do you mean?
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Okay there, Bruce Banner. What are we doing? Whipping him out. Sword fighting. Wire. Goodnight button. Tipped over pillar. Pillar fragments. Clock's alarm. Radio. Broken doorknob. Oh, man, I don't know.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes.
Oh, I have to slice these to be
Provided
separate.
you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail, I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Wow, this is rough. Holy shit. His argument just is exhausting. Just listening to it's making me tired. I need to skillfully cut back against his words so he doesn't outpace me.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail, I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Alright, there we go.
I already proved the secret passage exists.
Nagito did.
The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion,
What?
at least pray to the key which dwells in the light.
Let me try providing the evidence that the killer went to the octagon, right? If that's the case, I should have it, too. The key which dwells in the light that will break through the darkness.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light.
Okay, so this is probably where I have to attack, but...
Know the limits of your own reasoning.
Maybe it's because of the wire?
You say the killer went to the octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom...
Yeah, it was the wire.
To cut through those words. The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body, the hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower.
Yeah, I guess those are all things you could only get from the octagon.
Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the octagon.
Oh, Gundam.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally, we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case. But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
The fuck is happening?
Hey, what do you... First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken.
Oh,
by
Nagita,
that.
what are you doing? Stealing my thunder?
Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay? Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Oh, Gundam.
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Okay, Hajime, do that dance thing with him and then kill him.
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
Uh-oh.
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
Epic. Sorry, I
What
had
do
to,
you intend to do?
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button.
Did the game just kind of crap out there for a second? Better save, just to be safe.
However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even
Dude
more
beats me off the
difficult if it's a
Xanax.
one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought, truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument, it was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
Gonna miss you when you're gone, Gundam. I guess you really don't want to admit it. Then, just as you requested, I will provide an argument that will leave you no choice but to be persuaded. Yeah, we're done. It's the end.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! With crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! With crushed as David prophesied! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! With crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! With crushed as David prophesied! For the Tanaka Empire! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! With It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I can get behind him so easily?
This is the end!
Oh, of course. Yeah, the mice, just hamsters go up and press
Even if
it.
you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you have the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Oh? Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
I honestly didn't put that together until I saw the words. I'm like, oh,
Of course,
he
it'd be
used the
impossible
hamsters.
for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundam. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Yeah, when he made the fucking god.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right?
Yeah, these things were very, very smart.
Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Nekomaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own 2 hands.
Did we just do this? Finish the game. Who set the lounge's alarm clock? Who was in the lounge since early morning? I woke up at... The hamster pressed it. Okay, the hamster pressed it's probably... Nekomaru's weaknesses. Yep. Fake weapon left at the tower, that's not that. Who gathered at the lounge? Heard the rumbling noise. Me! Why did Nekomaru fall? Button. No. Oh, because the doorknob. There we go. Stock 2. Who gathered at the lounge? There we go. There's clearly a fight happening. Time did Fuyuhiko see Nekomaru? That's not there. Wire wrapped around Nekomaru's feet. He'll destroy what after leaving the tower? Oh. No, that's the same picture as there, though, so that's not it. This is fake. Wrapping the chain around the door. Alarm set for 5:30. It's 2:40 a.m. right now. I mean, this clearly happened before any of this, so... There we go. Fuyuhiko was there. What time did Fuyuhiko see Nekomaru? That's at the base of the contact elevator. On Nekomaru's feet. Last stock. What time did Fuyuhiko see Nekomaru? Kill or destroy what after leaving the tower? The button.
Here's everything that happened in this case. Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator.
Interesting that this is now turning into a murder.
This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building.
My dumbass would not have been paying attention to that at all.
On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Great Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Tai Chi begins. Nekomaru went to Great Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Great Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck.
I want that power, the power of hamsters.
This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up.
How did he know about that? I thought only Kazuichi and I knew. Or was Gundam in the front of the tower at the time?
Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending.
Shit.
And Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful, and placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob, but because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Man, this sucks. I hate that one of my favorite characters here is killed by one of my other favorite characters. I'm so glad I managed to max them both out, though.
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe. You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
Oof. Big oof. This trial actually went really well. Look at that. Look beautiful. Look at these scores. A. Nice. Damn it. Almost got perfect A's across the board.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
So this wasn't a suicide, so that's deviating now, because the first 3 cases in this game all matched up with the first 3 in the first game.
Please pull the lever! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Fuck. 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 It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results, you guys were correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without making any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right, the one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the amazing funhouse was Gundam Tanaka!
Nice!
Yay, I said all that without biting my tongue.
Now then.
Now that we've decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on. It's true the class trial's finished, but that doesn't mean the incident's over. We can't finish yet till we hear from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like.
Fall, my tears.
Why do you want to talk to one who is lost? The loser merely leaves. It would just be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well.
It's what I would like to say, but for honor's sake I shall correct one thing. Correct?
How pitiful.
You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake. Huh?
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This, too, must be the will of causality.
If he was trying to cling to life, there are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? Explain! Fine then. Then I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse, and I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away or even called for help. But, excuse me, I ate one of the hamsters. He did not turn his back on me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death?
Let me tell you
He was
this.
serious, too. He gave it his all to try to kill me. If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing. That would be so absurd. What kind of game would that happen in?
Could it be?
It happens in the first game. It's actually the very first case. Mechamaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
That's a great one.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
I guess, regardless of who actually won this, both of these people would be dead.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
I think if Nekomaru actually killed Gundam, he would have admitted it and let himself get killed. That's what I think. So either way, both of them would have died. Why did you fight? We're all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you this.
However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation.
Fall, my tears.
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone has been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will die!
That's giving up on life. That's just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard of the term dog-eat-dog? Cannibalism?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their life and span engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
That is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy towards life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying all that to try to justify what you did?
But
It sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn it.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
Fall, my
But
tears.
even so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh,
That belief is why you committed your crime.
you...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well,
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that, well, it's because you also unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me. You didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is Gundam Tanaka.
History's greatest monster! Just who do you think I am? My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
Fade like dust in the wind.
Not in a million, not in a billion, not in 10,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? Then I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
I have prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka.
Please wait!
This is just too much.
I beg of you!
Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam.
Huh?
Sonya.
I beg of you!
How pitiful.
Sonya. An act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself. Gundam. It's fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However...
What is it, my 4 dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared 4 dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end!
Ooh, I like the way he said enda.
Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Yeah! Stampede, Ultimate Gundam Breeder Tanaka's execution. I feel bad for the hamsters. Please tell me Sonya takes them. Aw. Gundam. No. No. Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Then what was the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
Damn it! I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something.
Damn it!
You all spent so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit. Every last one of you. But the biggest piece of shit is me.
The worst.
Damn it. Why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward, must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume will be very cross with us. You're right. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that.
Hey!
So how long are you guys gonna stand around there chattering? Yeah, Gundam crawls up from the ground just to give the finger. The clash trial is over, so it's okay for you to hurry back over to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on. How much longer are you gonna keep doing this? Seriously, how long is he gonna keep doing this? How long is this going to continue?
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food.
Hey!
Hold on a sec, that mood shift is too damn fast.
It's not like that.
Well, you know, it's like Gundam and Nekomaru said. That's what it means to live, right? She's certainly something else. But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey.
Then let's go back for now and eat. And then after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
And then let's do our best again. Yeah, you're right. With this, the clash trials come to an end once again. We return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished. But despite that, even if it's just the rest of us, we did our very best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial. But at that moment, we were able to forget about the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. Yup, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. And before everyone else, too. But it's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell that I was lying. There's no way I had the file, that the file just had Hajime's information.
Well,
I guess they were too busy with other matters. Or maybe they've reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this.
damn it.
This should never be forgiven. There's no way I can let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops this once and for all. Even if it costs me my own life.
It's obvious.
For the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this.
Monokuma appears!
Who has summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming.
What's this?
Why, it's lonely little Nagito. Are you all alone tonight, too? All alone on a Friday night? God, you're pathetic.
What's the matter?
Your face looks scary. So you can tell. I see. Perhaps you found out who the traitor is? You know me well.
Wow.
Is what I'd like to say, but unfortunately, I haven't learned that yet. I see. So you don't know, huh? Looks like the final showdown is gonna take a little more time.
Hello.
So why'd you summon me anyway? Were you gonna finally confess your love?
Hey.
I summoned you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about the special prize from the final dead room. Oh yeah? What about it? There was information about 16 people in the file I received. But isn't that weird?
Say what?
What's weird?
You don't even know?
Well, there's a traitor from the Future Foundation hiding among us, right? God damn it. Including that person, the total number of students would be 16, right?
Isn't that right?
But this file contains documents that were created at Hope's Peak Academy, right?
Of course.
I just reused the stuff that the former headmaster spent a lot of time making.
But
If this file even contains information about the traitor, was that person also a former student of Hope's Peak Academy? Nagito says sus 2022. Fuck.
Who knows?
I wonder.
Hey.
Could it be? Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into this file? Sorry, I had to burp. Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information? What's wrong with that? It fits my job to heat things up. It's okay if I do something small like that, right?
Well...
That's not my point.
Right?
My point is you already know who the traitor is. What's wrong with that?
You're getting all riled up.
Well, you're splendidly correct when you say I knew who the traitor was all along. But even though I know who it is, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's just like Monami said after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me. Their existence means nothing, huh?
No, no.
Well, that's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation lackey who's putting you guys through this awful stuff. That's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight you or anything like that. Instead, I came here to offer my cooperation, you know?
Huh?
Cooperation?
Hey.
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please, right?
Yep.
If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
Right?
However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is. Interesting. Very interesting. I see.
No, no, no.
Obviously, that's a big no-no.
Unbelievable.
I want to make everyone in your group feel despair. That includes you, too.
Well...
I knew you would say that. Besides, I just wouldn't be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betray me later on. Just as I thought. You saw right through me.
You're right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepladders such as myself and despair exist. You're right! You're a true believer of hope after all. I must say, that hope reminds me of that person for some reason.
Huh?
Reminds you? I don't know who you're talking about, but if someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person, they must be extremely unlucky. Like, the fact that they're both the lucky student and the fact that Nagito's name is like an anagram of Makoto's with an extra syllable. Like, is he a clone? Is that what this is gonna be? Is he some weird clone created that, like, has a weird personality defect? Or some shit?
Like...
But you're just as unlucky, right? Right? I mean, the fact that you're even involved in something like this.
Well...
Am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
You don't know?
Would you say that coming across this much despair is a rather rare opportunity? I can't rely on anyone on this island. That's why I have to be the one who does it. If I can eliminate despair from this island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope. I'll become an existence that can even be called ultimate hope. The two of you are alike. You definitely remind me of him.
Hey.
There's one more thing I want to ask you.
See?
Who are you waiting for on this island? Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is the person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey.
Well, answer my question.
That's...
If that's the case, if that person is already on this island, wouldn't that be exciting? Oh yeah, it's been like 4 days since we went in that place. Yep, 5 days left. 5.5. All right, I'm actually gonna. It hasn't been 3 full hours, but it's almost 3:45. So I think I'm gonna probably just stop here once I gain control again. 7 students remaining. Aw, man, one more island to go. Gundam's earring. Hellhound earring. After being released from the funhouse, we went back to living our less than ordinary lives. And just like before, our day began with all of us gathering at the restaurant. Jeez. You know, every time we meet up here, it makes me realize just how crazy this whole situation is. The restaurant certainly feels more spacious than before. Of course it feels spacious. There are less than half of us here now than there were at the beginning.
Stupid fool!
Get it together! What?
Oh my!
Did you hear something?
Hey!
It's Nekomaru. That was Coach Nekomaru's voice.
Huh?
What are you talking about? He's no longer...
What's up?
I'll beat you up!
What are you laughing at? I'll beat the crap out of you if you keep grossing me out like that. That's not cool. I was up all night working my fingers to the bone.
I am concerned.
More importantly, I'm starting to get tired of the seasonings in this restaurant.
Jeez.
Seriously, I'm starting to realize how valuable Teru Teru was. Don't ignore me. I'm trying to talk to you about something important.
Huh?
Important?
All right.
It took me all night to make it.
My!
Is that a Nekomaru doll?
I'm no doll. I'm Mini Maru.
Mini Maru? I took some parts from him to make it. What do you think? Awesome quality, right? Of course, it doesn't have free will or anything, so it's more like, you know, a toy. But isn't it freaking adorable?
Are you serious?
Oh!
Thanks.
It's so cute. Thanks, I'll keep it.
Well,
I never said anything about giving it away.
I'll beat you up!
Don't be so stuck up. Your stuff is my stuff, right?
whoa!
Hey now, that's a bully's logic.
Man.
Well, it doesn't matter. I made this to cheer you guys up anyway. I should probably check my pet. Nothing. And as long as we have it, we won't forget, you know, about Nekomaru's sacrifice for us. We're standing here today because of him. So if we're gonna prevent something like that from ever happening again...
Engines revving!
I guess we gotta fight too, right? Can't just keep running away. Gotta admit, never thought I'd hear you say something that awesome. Of course. In the end, Gundam told us to never give up on life. So I will never give up. I shall fight until the very end. Gundam, please watch over me.
Miss Sonia?
What do you think of my little pep talk?
Oh my!
Oh, did you say something?
Are you kidding me?
I was up all night memorizing that speech.
Jeez.
There's the punchline. I really like this. Thanks, Kazuichi.
I am Mini Maru.
How'd you get it to talk? Only half as happy to be thanked by you.
That's right.
Oh, by the way, you can also use that to massage your sore muscles and pressure points.
You serious?
That's amazing.
Of course.
I made it after all. Seriously, thanks. I'll take good care of it. Honey looks really happy.
Hey.
What happened to Nagito? I haven't seen him like I usually do. You don't have to worry about that guy. He goes solo all the friggin' time.
Well,
I'm a little worried about how he was acting during that last class trial. Well, he's always been a dangerous bastard, but he's crossed the line, you know?
hey.
That's even more reason we should avoid him.
But still,
But even if we do avoid him, what are you going to do if he approaches us? Nagito's sudden change was really weird. I wonder, did he figure something out that we're not aware of?
Now then.
Anyway, Hajime, isn't it about time you told us what that was all about? Huh? That? You know, what Nagito said during the trial. Supposed to be symbols of hope, except for Hajime.
Hey, bastard.
What do you mean? What do you mean by except for Hajime? Are you really the traitor after all? No, it's not like that. I didn't really want to say it, but I guess I have no choice. To tell you the truth. To tell you guys the truth, unlike the rest of you, well, apparently I was never part of Hope's Peak Academy's primary department. I'm a reserve corps student from the reserve department.
Huh?
Reserve department? It means unlike you guys, I don't have an ultimate talent at all. Apparently, I'm just a normal person. Is that all? What? That's it? Dude, don't ever scare me like that. It's not like something I could just brush off, especially since it's about me. I just forgot. I thought I got into Hope's Peak Academy because I had talent all along. But shit. My whole life, I just wanted to feel confident about myself. And I thought getting into Hope's Peak Academy meant I finally had become someone I could be proud of. Not some fucking backup student. Wow, Hajime dropping an F-bomb.
right?
Cheer up, Hajime. It doesn't matter if you're from the reserve department.
Of course! course.
She is right. No matter what, you are our friend. You know, there is a saying in Japan.
Listen.
Fear is grateful for the danger.
Hey.
The hell? You're saying that all wrong. So everyone was here. Oh my god. It was a real close battle.
I am sorry.
I apologize. I was trying to cheer you up, but I ended up saying the wrong thing. Well, it doesn't matter. Stuff is just hard to say sometimes. That's weird. Maybe you can't see me?
Huh?
What the heck? You're covered in blood. Ah, you saw me? Yes, that's right. The mono beast this time was very strong.
You?
Gross, don't get close to me. Get out of here. No gratitude. I'm being treated like filth.
Hey.
Why don't you try to clean the blood off? We're trying to eat. Yes, I'm ashamed of myself. Wipe. There we go. Now then, allow me to report to you all once again. After a fierce battle that's never been seen in history, I finally succeeded in conquering that last mono beast. Because of this, the island is finally possible to travel to the final island. I see. What a thin reaction. It's like I'm surrounded by tons of shabu-shabu from an all-you-can-eat restaurant. Don't tell me. This again? You're gonna say stuff like, it's not like we can get off this island, so why bother going to the new island? Well, it's true that I don't really expect much.
Don't misunderstand.
Who said we weren't gonna go? Obviously we're gonna go, dumbass. Assuming we were thinking about running away was a mistake.
I'll show you my serious
Because if we can't
side.
run, we'll fight. I'll crush everyone who put us through this crap in one blow.
Hey!
Fight? Seriously, that fearsome group called World Ender for a reason, you know.
What are you saying?
What? Did you forget what you said earlier?
Hey!
Dumbass, I only said that because I was trying to impress Miss Sonia.
What?
Don't brag about that.
Settle down.
If you have the power to fight among yourselves, then direct that power toward our enemy.
All right.
Now then, let us go forth. Offense is the best defense.
Damn right.
You're right. Now's not the time for us to be bickering. I don't really get it, but Miss Sonia talks like that, my blood starts to boil.
All right.
I'm getting pumped up. Let's charge our way to that new island.
Starting to get pumped
Future
up.
Foundation, Monokuma, Monami. I'll crush them all at once.
That's...
Even me? You guys seem reliable. Hey, don't talk like you're not included. You're our friend too, you know. You're right.
Leave it to me.
Then I gotta do my best too. As we left the restaurant, the expressions on our faces were clearly different than they were before. They were filled with strong will and determination. Armed with that, we began walking toward the last island. But the clouds in my heart still lingered. I couldn't stop thinking about the reserve department. And that filled me with a strange, uncomfortable feeling, like a small bone was lodged in my throat. That's weird. That's the second time today I've heard the phrase bone stuck in someone's throat. Because today Pokemon Company put up a 13-minute overview trailer for Legends Arceus, which, by the way, comes out 2 weeks from today. Be streaming that. And in it, they showed a side quest, and the side quest said, like, oh man, I had this nagging feeling like a bone was stuck in my throat. So that's so weird that that's like the second time that came up today. I wonder if that's just a common phrase that I haven't been noticing. But I tried not to think about it. I try to stay focused on moving forward. Chapter 5. Smile at hope in the name of despair. There are 6 chapters. Maybe it's a premonition. Yeah, don't eat anything with bones. With the Mono Beast gone, we crossed the 5th bridge and arrived at the final island. Oh, God.
This is the last island.
Enormous buildings towered everywhere, as if the entire island was one gigantic city. It felt very sci-fi, as though the island was from a snapshot of an urban metropolis from the near future.
I guess it has an ambiance befitting of a final island.
Doesn't the jerky you ate have bones? It does occasionally have small hard pieces, but that's beak. That's not bones. It's mechanically separated chicken. Oh god, this is disgusting looking. Sea King Industries, Jabberwock Military Base, Warehouse Plushie Factory, Front Warehouse, okay. Break Room, Vendor Street. I just realized there are areas of the 4th island we never went in. Like, we never went into Nezumi Castle, we never went into Monami House. Next time I get some free time, I'm gonna go over there. Anyway, I've gone on far longer than I should have. No, not far longer, but longer than I should have, absolutely. So let us, no. Let's save and quit for now. Whew! Alright. That was another nice stream of Danganronpa 2. Goodbye, Moonman. Yeah, that was good. I'm a little upset that Gundam and Nekomaru are both gone. That just leaves Chiaki, best girl, left. But yeah, it's heating up. It's progressing, and it's heating up, and it's progressing, and heating up. If you want to watch more streams, check out twitch.tv/... Wow, what is wrong with me? Check out twitch.tv/team/wildabandon. Plenty of people streaming there right now. My auto host will take you to someone as soon as I go offline. Also, AGDQ, Awesome Games Done Quick 2022 online is still going on until midnight tomorrow, or over past midnight tomorrow. It's Friday, so yes, tomorrow will be Saturday. Lots of people doing speed runs for good cause, so go and check them out. Donate if you can. Again, Friday morning of last year's event was when I hosted. I am not hosting this year at all. I'm just promoting the event because it's a great thing. I would love to host again at some point. But also, if you haven't seen it, there is a playlist on my main YouTube channel of the 3 runs that I hosted. So check those out if you want to hear how that was last year. But anyway, yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. You all have a great evening. I will be back tomorrow with more of this. And also, tomorrow morning on my YouTube channel and on Twitch around 10 a.m., some VODs, 2 VODs, for another game I played off stream will be going up. So enjoy that too. Until I see you tomorrow, until I see you Neko tomorrow, you'll have a good night.